When Hulk's blood hit the ground, it created a new enemy. He wasn't Hulk. He wasn't human. He was only one thing: revenge. The Avengers tried to save him, but he made them his first prey. When Iron Man scanned his DNA, he stepped back in fear. Thor struck him with lightning, but the lightning became his power. Captain America tried to reason with him, but got a fist in reply. This wasn't a monster. This was Hulk's perfect opposite. And his mission was simple: to take the Avengers' blood back. The blast had barely ended. Smoke coiled through the air like burnt veins in the sky. Hulk had landed harder than ever before, but this time something was off. His roars didn't shake mountains. They echoed hollow, laced with something no one had heard in his voice before: pain. An alien spike had torn through Hulk's chest during the off-world invasion. He had survived, of course. Hulk always survived. But this time, his blood wasn't just spilled. It was lost, soaked deep into the alien metal, trapped in fragments that had fallen back to Earth through a wormhole Tony Stark forgot to close. The impact crater glowed faint green. No one noticed it, not even S.H.I.E.L.D. satellites. A week passed. The meteor cooled. But what rested inside didn't. Hulk's gamma-rich blood had fused with something ancient. An artificial containment chamber buried beneath the Sahara Desert. A forgotten experiment. A failed super soldier vault, left behind by a team too scared to open it. The AI inside was dead. The flesh inside was artificial. But Hulk's blood rewrote everything. Not just DNA. Identity. The creature inside opened its eyes for the first time and didn't scream. It growled. The Blood Warrior was born. It stood 6 feet tall at first, human-looking, silent. But then the changes began. Skin darkened with gamma burn marks. Veins flared like glowing scars. Its body mutated without melting. Its heart thudded with borrowed rage. But it didn't lose control. It controlled everything. There was no chaos in its fury, only purpose. It began walking, not crawling, not running, just walking. Every step perfect, calculated, toward one location: New York, the Avengers base. Meanwhile, back at Stark Tower, the Avengers were busy running diagnostics. Banner was in recovery. Thor was missing. Wanda hadn't returned a call in days. And Iron Man, what was left of him, was rebuilding his latest armor after the alien blast shredded it. Then Friday pinged. Unregistered energy signature detected. Gamma-based. Moving at 30 miles an hour across the ocean floor. Tony glanced up. Who the hell walks across the Atlantic? Friday zoomed in. The satellite feed showed a figure. No ship, no vehicle, no assistance. Just a man walking underwater. Not swimming. Not struggling. Walking. Tony froze. Banner, is this you? Bruce looked up, pale. That's not me. The Blood Warrior reached the U.S. coastline within hours. By then, Captain Marvel was on patrol. She spotted the anomaly approaching the shore, surrounded by dead fish, warped metal, and boiling water. She charged down, full speed. The warrior didn't move. She hit him with full photon blast. He didn't flinch. He simply raised one arm and absorbed the energy into his chest like it was oxygen. For a second, his entire body flared golden white, and then faded back to red and green. Carol hovered in shock. What are you? The warrior answered for the first time. I am Hulk's blood. Then he punched her into the sky. Tony watched it happen in real time. That's it. I'm suiting up. He dropped into his suit mid-sentence and launched from the tower like a missile. Mid-air, he called the others. Cap, I need a team. This thing just laid out Carol like she was a training dummy. Cap's voice came through cold. Coordinates. Heading straight for the city. Steve didn't ask why. He already knew what that meant. By the time Iron Man arrived, the Blood Warrior was standing at the edge of Manhattan, just watching. His eyes didn't blink. He didn't speak. He just stared at Stark Tower. Hey, Tony said through his suit. You've got about 3 seconds to turn around before I turn you into nanodust. The warrior didn't respond. Tony scanned him. No ID, no history. But then the suit's sensors began to shake. DNA match found. Source, Bruce Banner. Signal, Modified gamma cells present. Vitals, unkillable. Danger level, maximum. Tony took a breath. Oh hell. He launched a missile. The kind that scrambles molecules. The warrior caught it in midair and crushed it. Then he sprinted. Faster than Hulk. More controlled. Like Captain America, but fused with fury. The impact with Iron Man sent him flying across 4 blocks. Cars flipped. Glass shattered. Alarms blared. The warrior didn't follow. He just stood there, letting the world know. He wasn't hiding. He wanted them to come. Steve Rogers arrived first, shield raised, breath calm. Tony pulled himself from the wreckage. Don't touch him without backup. But Steve was already stepping forward. What do you want? The warrior turned. He spoke slowly, clearly, no rage in his voice. That made it worse. You created Hulk. You called him a hero. You called his destruction a sacrifice. Captain's eyes narrowed. I call it injustice. Then he moved. So fast Steve barely blocked it. The shield cracked. Yes, cracked. Tony launched 2 drones, EMP enabled. The warrior turned, absorbed them with his hands. Electricity flowed into him like energy drink. His veins pulsed brighter. Then he did something horrifying. He smiled. That's when Tony realized. He's not just Hulk's blood, he's something smarter. He's learning, Tony whispered. He's adapting in real time. Friday's voice was shaky. If he absorbs any more energy, he may be unstoppable. Steve was down, bones shattered, but the warrior didn't kill him. He just stood over Cap's body and whispered, "One down." Then he looked up. Next, the one who bled. Tony froze. Bruce. And that's when every system in Stark Tower went red. The warrior had already uploaded Hulk's location. The storm over New York hadn't settled when Tony took off again, boosters screaming as he punched through the smoke. He wasn't chasing the Blood Warrior. He was running ahead of him. The warrior wasn't subtle. He walked in straight lines, through buildings, through streets, through anything. His path was a perfect arrow toward one destination, Bruce Banner. Tony connected to every satellite he owned. Friday rerouted signal after signal. Nothing slowed the warrior. He didn't stop to fight, didn't stop to speak, didn't stop to breathe. He wasn't chasing Hulk with anger. He was chasing Hulk with purpose. By the time Tony reached Banner's hideout, a remote gamma detox facility, Bruce was already on the move, packing equipment, trembling harder than usual. "You saw the footage," he whispered as Tony landed in front of him. "He's pure gamma. Not like me. Not like Abomination. Not like anything." Tony removed his helmet. Sweat rolled down his forehead. "He said something," Tony replied. "He said you're next." Bruce flinched. Not because he was scared, but because he wasn't. "That's the problem, Tony. He isn't coming for Hulk. He's coming for me." Tony stepped closer. "He wants your blood, Bruce. And if he gets it..." Bruce closed his eyes. "He becomes perfect." Tony didn't argue. It was true. The warrior wasn't just using Hulk's blood. He was correcting it, fixing its instability, rewriting gamma mutation without pain, without chaos, without weakness. He was Hulk without the anger, a soldier without hesitation. Bruce looked down at his hands. They were shaking. "This is my fault." Tony grabbed him by the shoulders. "Banner, focus. This thing is stronger than Hulk and smarter than you. So let's not do the scientist guilt meltdown right now." But Bruce's eyes widened. "He's here." Tony didn't have to look. The ground vibrated. Lights flickered. Alarm screamed. The warrior wasn't trying to sneak in. He was announcing his arrival. He punched through the concrete roof like it was wet paper. His feet landed in the hallway with a metallic boom. Dust exploded across the room. Bruce shielded his face with his arm. Tony's suit slammed shut around him automatically. The warrior stepped from the dust cloud, glowing veins pulsing like living fire under his skin. His eyes didn't burn with rage. They burned with calculation. "You are the source." Bruce stepped backward, breath short. "You don't understand what you're doing. Gamma isn't a power. It's a prison." The warrior tilted his head. "I choose my prison." Tony fired 3 sonic blasts at once. The warrior caught all three with a single hand, crushed them into dust, and absorbed the sonic shockwave like a heartbeat. Tony cursed. Okay, that's new. The warrior rushed forward faster than Tony could track. His fist smashed into Tony's chest plate, sending him smashing through two walls and into a generator room. Sparks burst everywhere. Cables ripped apart. Friday screamed warnings Tony didn't have time to hear. The warrior turned back to Banner. Your blood carries chaos. Mine carries order. Give it to me. Bruce backed up until his back hit the detox chamber. You don't want my blood. The warrior's tone didn't change. I want completion. Bruce swallowed hard. Then you're going to have to take it from Hulk. Gamma lightning shot through the room as Bruce forced himself into transformation. His pulse spiked. His eyes glowed. His body trembled violently as energy surged through him until something went wrong. The transformation halted halfway. His muscles bulged but didn't complete the shift. His skin tore, then healed, then tore again. Hulk roared inside him, trapped, unable to break out fully. The warrior watched with zero emotion, unstable. Tony regained consciousness in time to see Bruce collapse to the ground, halfway transformed, stuck in an agonizing limbo between man and monster. The warrior crouched beside him. You are dying. Hulk is dying. Let me fix you. Tony launched himself across the room, firing a full-power unibeam. The warrior turned, caught it in both hands, and absorbed it completely. His glowing veins erupted brighter, red and green lightning crackling off his arms like wildfire. Then he punched Tony again, this time sending him out of the building entirely. Tony crashed into the sand outside, suit sparking and dented. Friday, new rule. If he lifts a finger, dodge. Don't analyze, just dodge. Inside, Bruce crawled backward, leaving streaks of gamma-charged blood on the floor. The warrior stepped toward him. With your blood, I become balance. Bruce's voice cracked. Balance isn't born from power. The warrior knelt. It is born from purpose. He reached out his hand to take Bruce's blood directly from the wound. Tony fired everything he had left: missiles, lasers, sonic cannons, micro-drones, forcing the warrior to stand and defend himself. Bruce shouted, Tony, go. He wants me, not you. Tony dragged himself forward anyway. Yeah? Well, too bad. I saved the world last week. I'm not dying in a desert lab today. For the first time, the warrior spoke with something close to irritation. I do not want you dead. Not yet. Tony paused. Not yet. The warrior looked at him the way a scientist looks at a wrench. You are useful. Tony didn't know whether to feel insulted or terrified. The warrior turned his body slightly and flicked his fingers outward, releasing a shockwave so powerful Tony was sent skidding across the ground like a skipping stone. Bruce tried to stand. His Hulk half fought to stabilize, but every attempt failed. Hulk's voice echoed in his head. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Bruce roared, but it was weak, broken. The warrior grabbed him by the throat with shocking care. Like a surgeon, not a killer. I take no pleasure in this. Bruce struggled, gasping. You'll destroy everything. The warrior shook his head. I will repair everything. Tony staggered back inside, suit smoking, and fired one last blast, this time at Bruce. The warrior shifted to block it, but Bruce lifted one shaking hand and allowed the beam to hit him directly. Gamma smoke burst from his skin. Hulk's roar thundered through the room, half awake, half dying. Bruce whispered, run. Tony didn't. Neither did the warrior. His veins surged to max brightness. His skin cracked like molten rock. The blast Tony fired had supercharged him. Bruce collapsed again. Tony floated above them, shaking. Friday, what just happened? Her voice cracked. He absorbed Hulk's partial transformation and your uni-beam and the sonic waves and... Tony, he's changing. The warrior straightened his back. His eyes glowed brighter. His body grew broader. His voice deepened. I am evolving. Then he vanished. Not teleported. Not jumped. Just moved so fast Tony couldn't track him. Bruce lifted his head weakly. He's not coming for me anymore. Tony swallowed. Then who? Bruce's eyes widened with realization. He's going after Hulk. The whole Hulk. Tony's stomach dropped. Banner, where's Hulk right now? Bruce whispered the worst possible answer. On a SHIELD transport, headed straight for New York. And Tony understood the truth. The Blood Warrior didn't want Banner's blood. He wanted Hulk's soul. Hulk sat strapped to a reinforced SHIELD transport container, unaware that something far worse than an enemy was coming for him. Something made from his blood. The chains were unnecessary, but protocol demanded them. He had volunteered for isolation. For once, Banner wanted quiet. No fighting. No city shaking. Just silence. But silence never lasted for the Hulk. A high-pitched alert hit the SHIELD command center mid-flight. A sonic barrier on the Atlantic coast had just failed, burned out from the inside, not bypassed, not broken, melted like ice under gamma radiation. The Blood Warrior had arrived. The radar couldn't track him. Visuals couldn't lock. But the heat signatures told the truth. Something was moving faster than any aircraft, low to the ground, absorbing energy as it moved. Inside the SHIELD jet, Hulk stirred. His breathing changed. The pilot noticed turbulence before the alarms even sounded. Then, the front of the aircraft crumpled inward like paper. Red and green lightning crackled across the sky as the Warrior tore through the engines in a blur of speed and precision. Not reckless, not wild. Every strike landed exactly where it needed to. The jet began to fall. Hulk's eyes opened fully, green flaring through the darkness. He didn't need time to think. Hulk never thought. He felt. The metal restraints snapped. Hulk wasn't transforming. He was reacting, as if his blood sensed what was outside, and what it once belonged to. Before the aircraft hit the water, Hulk was already out, tearing through the falling wreckage mid-air. He landed on an empty island, barely more than a slab of rock. The Warrior landed across from him a moment later, feet touching down with silent weight. Hulk stared at him. The resemblance was distant, but unmistakable. Not a copy, not a clone, a consequence. "You took my blood," Hulk growled. The Warrior nodded. "You left it behind." Lightning split the sky. Waves crashed. The island trembled. The Warrior stepped forward. "You left chaos in your wake. Cities broken. People crushed. World scarred. I am the answer to that chaos." Hulk slammed his fists together. "I didn't ask for an answer." The Warrior raised his hand. "No, but the universe did." He moved first, faster than any living being had the right to move. Hulk blocked the first strike, barely, but the force sent him skidding back. He charged. A punch meant to crack bones. But the Warrior caught it with one arm and twisted Hulk's wrist just enough to unbalance him. Then he punched Hulk straight through the island. Hulk smashed into bedrock, roaring, blood spraying across stone. He climbed up immediately, but something was wrong. His body didn't feel heavier. It felt lighter, too light. The Warrior had taken something subtle, but real. "Every time you bleed," the Warrior said calmly, "I grow." Hulk snarled, "Then I won't bleed." But he did. Punch after punch. Blow after blow. The Warrior didn't match Hulk's power. He adapted to it. Every time Hulk landed a hit, the Warrior absorbed it, refined it, returned it cleaner. No wasted movement. No unnecessary force. It was like fighting a mirror that had learned to improve. Back at SHIELD HQ, Iron Man, Captain America, and Doctor Strange monitored the live feed. What little feed there was. They watched as Hulk was pushed back again and again. Strange tightened his jaw. "He's not a brute. He's something else." Tony muttered, "He's Hulk 2.0 without the humanity." Steve narrowed his eyes. "No, he's not without humanity. He's against it." Tony locked his helmet on. "Then we're not waiting. Get me a window. I'm going in." Doctor Strange drew a circle through space. Tony stepped through. The portal opened mid-battle, above the blood-soaked island. Hulk roared below, swinging with thunderous rage. The Warrior caught his fist and threw him into a cliff. Tony launched down like a missile, slamming into the Warrior with a new shock core reactor blast. The explosion lit up the sky. The Warrior stumbled. For the first time, he looked slowed. Tony didn't pause. Gamma sync initiated. Pulse override. Activate. A wave of energy pulsed from his suit, designed specifically to disrupt gamma-based cells. The warrior screamed, not in pain, but in resistance. Hulk used the opening to charge back in, slamming into the warrior with full force. The cliff cracked in half. Hulk roared, voice shaking the ocean. "You're not me." The warrior was embedded in the rock, smoke rising from his body. But he was still standing, still alive. He looked up slowly. "I never wanted to be you." His voice sounded different now, deeper, layered, like multiple tones overlapping. Tony's readings went wild. He's changing again. Gamma flux is rewriting itself. Bruce was right. He's evolving during combat. The warrior stepped forward, bleeding, but smiling. "I needed you to show me the limits. You just did." Then he exploded, not into flames, into movement, pure motion. He wasn't teleporting. He wasn't flying. He was accelerating past anything they could track. He punched Hulk in the chest, so hard the gamma signature flickered. Hulk collapsed, wheezing. The warrior turned to Tony. "You burn bright, but you burn out." A red spear, made of condensed gamma energy, formed in his hand. It shimmered, humming like a nuclear engine. Tony's suit screamed every warning it had. He dodged left. The spear grazed his arm and melted half the suit off. Tony spiraled downward. Strange opened another portal beneath him, catching a fall. On the island, the warrior walked toward Hulk's body. "You were born from rage. I was born from purpose." Hulk spat blood. "You're not better." The warrior crouched. "I am necessary." He placed his hand on Hulk's chest. Then he did something unthinkable. He began absorbing Hulk, not just his blood, not just his energy, his identity. Gamma pulses surged across the island. Hulk screamed, not in pain, but in violation. Back at the SHIELD command center, all gamma readings vanished. Flat line. Then, new signal detected. Stronger, more stable. Red and green lightning lit up the skies as the Blood Warrior stood tall, glowing brighter than before. His voice echoed across the ocean. "This world cannot be saved by broken heroes." He turned toward the horizon, toward New York. It must be corrected, and he took his first step toward the Avengers' home. Not to kill them, to replace them. The sky above Manhattan dimmed, not from clouds, but from something pulsing just beyond Earth's edge. The Blood Warrior had ascended into low orbit, watching, calculating, gathering the last fragments of Hulk's energy surging through him. He had become more than Gamma, more than man. His body no longer bled, it radiated. Below, the Avengers regrouped. Doctor Strange reinforced the Sanctum's barriers. Black Panther prepared Wakanda's satellites for containment. Captain Marvel hovered over Earth's stratosphere, tracking him. But she couldn't get close. Every time she approached, her powers faded, bled out of her as if siphoned by some invisible field. "He's draining cosmic energy now," she warned. "He's not just Hulk's heir anymore. He's evolving past every limit we've ever faced." Tony stood in the war room, helmet under his arm, face bruised. He didn't blink as the hologram showed the Blood Warrior beginning descent, arms folded, eyes locked on Avengers Tower. "He's not attacking," Steve said. "No," Tony answered. "He's arriving." The tower shuddered before any alarms rang. No breach, just presence. The warrior didn't punch through the walls. He phased, like the atoms themselves moved out of his way. The lights flickered red. Elevators locked down. Iron Man's defenses engaged automatically. Repulsors, drones, sonic turrets. All of them stopped. They hovered in place, then turned off. Powerless. "I've seen this before," Bruce said. "But not like this. He's becoming a force." Tony walked to the edge of the command bridge. "Why come here?" The warrior appeared in the hall, his steps echoing like a god's drumbeat. "To offer you a solution." Every Avenger turned. "You call yourselves protectors, but you break more than you save. I was made to survive your mistakes, and now I offer correction." Steve raised his shield. "We didn't make you." The warrior tilted his head. "You made Hulk. Bruce stepped forward. That was never the plan. The warrior stared through him. Neither was I. Carol's fists lit with energy. So what's your correction? Destroy us all. No, the warrior said calmly. Replace you. Thor returned just in time to hear the word replace. He swung Mjolnir before anyone could stop him. The hammer hit the warrior dead center. No explosion, no crack. The hammer froze, hovering, stuck midair like it hit gravity. The warrior reached up and touched it. Mjolnir crumbled into dust. Silence fell like a scream. Thor staggered back, eyes wide. The warrior looked at the remaining Avengers. Your era has ended. A new one begins. And then he did the impossible. He walked to the center of the tower and raised one hand. Gamma light expanded, swallowing every wall, console, and camera. Not to destroy, to broadcast. Across Earth, every screen, every phone, every satellite, every shield comm. One voice, one face. I am the evolution of failure. I carry the strength you misused. I am not your enemy. I am your replacement. Do not resist. It only ends one way. In Wakanda, Shuri watched the message in silence. In Asgard, it lit up the sky like prophecy. In space, Nick Fury stood in stunned silence aboard the SWRD station. The Blood Warrior had arrived, and he wasn't here to fight the Avengers. He was here to end their legacy. The Earth held its breath, not because of an alien invasion, not because of warships in orbit, but because one being stood at the center of the world and claimed everything the Avengers had ever stood for was over. The Blood Warrior didn't need armies. He was one, and every world leader, every superhero, every civilian could feel it. This wasn't a fight they could win with strength. Inside Avengers Tower, no one moved. Captain America gripped his shield like it was made of paper. Thor stood beside the remnants of Mjolnir, his hands shaking. Strange hovered above the ground, spell forming, collapsing, forming again. Only Tony stepped forward. Let me guess, he said quietly. You think this ends in surrender? The warrior didn't speak. Tony continued. I've seen your type before. Too powerful to destroy, too logical to reason with. You know what always takes your kind down? The warrior's voice came like a whisper behind thunder. What? Tony smiled. A bad decision. Then his chest plate opened, not to fire a weapon, but to reveal a glowing, chaotic core. Unstable arc gamma fusion, Tony said. Built with Banner's old data. One burst, and every cell in your body reverts to raw gamma. The warrior didn't move. You die too, he said. I already died, Tony replied. This is just interest. The warrior took one step forward, but it was one too slow. Strange opened a time-lock portal. Thor hurled Stormbreaker. Carol lit up the sky from orbit. Steve charged with his shield. Tony hit the trigger. Everything disappeared in white. The building shattered in silence. The street below rippled. Space bent. Gamma and arc energy clashed in a storm of uncontainable force. It wasn't an explosion. It was correction through chaos. When the smoke cleared, the tower was gone. The warrior lay on the ground for the first time, breathing heavily. His body flickered, red, green, silver, unstable. But he was alive. Tony wasn't. The suit lay in fragments. The arc gamma core burned out. Steve crawled from the rubble. Did it work? Bruce arrived seconds later, back in control, fully Hulk, but calm. He looked at the warrior. Then he looked at Tony's body. It worked enough. The warrior stood slowly, veins flickering. I should destroy you. Hulk stepped forward. You already tried. You failed. The warrior clenched his fists, but his energy stuttered. You can't correct the world if you don't understand it, Bruce said. You were born from blood, but you never earned anything else. Power without loss is nothing. The warrior lowered his arms. Then teach me. Bruce paused. The Avengers stood in silence. You want to learn? I want to evolve the right way. No one spoke. Then Bruce offered a hand. Then start with this. You don't need to be the end of the Avengers. The warrior hesitated, then reached out and shook Hulk's hand. The world began to breathe again, not because the danger was over, but because maybe, just maybe, evolution didn't have to mean extinction. Not this time.